Thank you, Maria, so much for joining me today. So, Maria, you completed your time inside of the Unleashed program just before you went on holiday
Yes.
last year. So,
Yeah.
we haven't had a chance to connect since then. But tell us a little bit about your experience, who you were before you came into the Unleashed program, and then who you became.
No worries. Yes, we spent 12 weeks together in the Unleash program, and one day it was like twice a week, and one day it was movement medicine, one day it was the tapping, and it actually helped me because before that I had low self-confidence. I worried about what everybody else thought. I was trying to make everybody else happy at the expense of myself. I would accept toxic relationships, bad behavior, because I just thought that that was my worth. And so, so then we started working together, and it helped me because I had a lot of things in my past, family stuff, and I blamed myself a lot for those things. And yeah, once we started working together, I would just jump onto those calls already, like week 1, week 2. I could already feel the vibration changing. Actually, I must say, probably the first week I went, oh yeah, what's this going to do? Like, really? But all of a sudden, I don't know, you just meeting me where I was at was amazing, and being accepted. I mean, people have, through my life, have tried to change me and told me I was too much. Whereas you were saying, that's great, be more. So I was like, wow. And that message started to finally sink in, and it was just amazing. So by the time I left on my trip, I was just ready to embrace it. I was like, my vibration had risen. I was no longer, even though those toxic relationships were still around me, I was pushing them further away because my self-worth was growing, and my belief in myself, and realizing it's okay. It's okay. These things happen, and I've got to look after me first, because, the whole oxygen mask thing,
Yes.
plane. If I don't put it on myself, then everything else falls apart. And you taught me that. And you also taught me about the movement, how important it is to move my body, whereas I was being stagnant when I was distressed. I would curl up into fetal position, but I saw the benefits of moving.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I want to talk a little bit. You talked about your emotional state, and how has your emotional state changed from that people-pleasing behavior and accepting that toxicity? How has it changed since we worked together?
I am just so grounded. I am just so happy. I have a deep peace within me that I haven't felt for a very long time. And well, I don't think I've ever felt it. And I then started to stop and think about not what the other person was doing, but hey, wait a minute, Maria, I started to check in with my body. And I started to say, how is this making me feel within me? And I am just so grateful, and I am so happy, and I wake up with different eyes every morning, and yeah, it's just rose-colored glasses, and I smile all the time. I mean, obviously we have waves, all right, of course we do, but I get out of them like that now. I just, within, like, a wave will come and it might come over me, and then I'll have a chat to myself and just go, just wait, it's going to pass, it's going to pass. And it's going to pass, and I haven't felt this way for a long time. Deep gratitude. And to you as well, because honestly, it works on such a subtle level that you don't realize what's happening. Like, you
Mhm.
know, if we go and do exercise, we feel the muscles, you know, whatever, but this is so subtle. The change, the vibration is so subtle. And yeah, and there, this is where
I love that. I love that. And after our time together in the portal, you actually went and spent some time with your grown children for an extended period of time. So it was really an opportunity for you to experience how your relationships are affected by your emotional growth that you experienced in our time together. Tell me a little bit more about how your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others has been affected by this growth that you've experienced.
wow. Well, first of all, I no longer really take anything personally. It can creep in, so that's the big thing. And also, as you met me where I was at, I now meet people where they're at, and I no longer. I actually don't look for the glass half full in relationships. I look for the full glass, right? So, and I see, and I'm grateful. And I was able to hold my tongue a little bit more, whereas before I'd lash out of feeling insecure. So
Mhm.
now I've seen the difference and I'm like, no, I'm centered. I'm secure in myself. Let's hold the space. I'm able to hold the space for other people to actually have their little tanties, um, and to be
That's
able to, yeah, and just to sit back and realize that, um, you know, we all impact each other by each other's energy, and
mhm.
we're more energetic than we realize. So we have this body that we think is controlling everything, but we forget about the spirit. So, um, so yeah, so they were mostly peaceful interactions. We had a lot of fun. My relationship with my husband. So this year, in very soon, we'll have clocked up 39 years
Wow,
marriage. And
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. And I can't believe I'm actually saying that number. It's gone so fast, but there's been a lot there. And so we've gone through our own growth and struggles, but now it's like accepting where he's at. It's fine. Like, yeah, so I'm able to be peaceful with other people as well.
Mm.
So, yeah, I think the biggest thing is not taking anything personally and being able to step back and
Mhm.
realize, well, what's going on for that person now. So, whereas before I wouldn't do it.
I love that. Yeah, well, I find that too, right? I love that explanation of having that step back, being able to create that space between what's happening in the moment and how we feel about what's happening, and then how you want to respond, slowing that whole process down so it's no longer a
Snap back.
trigger and there's space in between. I think that's
I
so
must admit, I've got a lot of bite marks in my tongue and bleed sometimes. But
yeah.
but I have to pull myself back because I'm usually a very impulsive. I found all that's changed too. I'm not so impulsive. I really do check in with myself a lot. Check in
Mhm.
with the body. Oh, why do I feel this? Oh, I'm not walking very well today. I feel really stiff. What's going on for me? Like, where am I holding myself back or whatever? So everything's about the body. So yeah, it's cool.
I love that. I love that. When you talk about your transformation, can you share with us how the transformation has affected your sense of purpose and your direction in your life? Because you have taken so many courses, like you are an NLP practitioner yourself and done a lot of different things. So, how has our time together affected your sense of purpose and your direction in your life?
Okay. So yes, I have done a lot of courses,
Mm.
but I've never had the confidence to step into anything, or maybe something wasn't right. for me. But mostly it was self-confidence, not believing in myself, not sticking with it. With my sense of purpose now, I've realized that what I want to end up doing is just people remembering that I gave love, all right? And so for me, it's not so much like I don't want to, I'm retired now, so I don't want to go back and get a full-time job. That's not my purpose anymore. I don't get anything out of that. I want to do things from the heart, and I'm trying to find that. I still haven't really found it. I think I have, but I don't know. Yeah. So with my sense of purpose, it's no longer, I'm trying to explain this. It's no longer about, oh, wow, look at me, look what I'm doing, because I need everyone to see my sense of purpose. Now it's just a quiet, fulfilled sense of purpose. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of me. Nobody cares at the end of the day, actually. Everyone's so busy struggling to keep themselves afloat sometimes, that no one really cares about you. And I was trying to make an impression on everyone else. I was trying to do things so other people would say, oh, wow, look at her, look at what she's doing. That's no longer my goal. But really, I saw a beautiful poem the other day, and it said, when my time is up, what do I want to be remembered for? And it says, I want to be remembered that I gave love. And really, that's what my purpose is now. So I want to be remembered as somebody who, wasn't a martyr, didn't go and, blather myself for everyone else, and be a doormat, but to actually just give from here. Ask the universe, what's this person need? What do I need to do? And do that. So whereas before it was very much, oh, I need to prove myself. I need to prove myself. No, so that's how it's affected it. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. And when you think about your self-esteem and your confidence and your self-worth, how have you seen and how have you noticed the shift?
Exponential shift. I honestly don't recognize myself. Sometimes I check in and go, wow, I'm actually really happy now. Wow, like I'm happy with my own company. Yeah, I can do great things on my own. And whereas before I needed to try, like a lot of people around me, a circus, actually. I was going to say a tribe, but they weren't tribes. They were circuses around me. To actually make me feel worthwhile, external. Everything was external, and now it's internal. And I won't take disrespect anymore from anybody. If somebody speaks to me rudely or whatever, maybe I won't pull them up. It just depends on who the person is. But I'll just go, no, they're not my tribe. But yeah, it's made me realize that I never really realized that I was a wonderful, worthwhile person. I always thought I was flawed, and that came from my upbringing, that I used to beat myself up. And now I just go, I'm amazing. And you know what? If you don't want me in your life, that's your problem, your loss. I'm amazing. See ya. So that's how it's affected it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love you so much, Maria. It's so amazing to have witnessed this transformation. Would you be comfortable sharing or describing a time when you've been able to apply all of these learnings from our time together in a somewhat difficult or unpleasant situation, if it feels okay?
It's hard to pick on one because they come and go so frequently. So,
As is life.
but they go quite quickly now, which is wonderful. But say for instance, when I was traveling and I was having to travel on my own, and I was terrified, and I'm also terrified of heights. Okay, so I was being challenged to climb high buildings and things like that. I would actually go inside of myself and calm myself and breathe and just check in and go, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm all right. And I would use the tapping a lot. I would use the tapping, and sometimes people didn't even know that I was doing it. So like I just tap on my fingers. You taught me the fingers. Yeah, so there was no specific thing. I think honestly for me, there was so many different areas. And I think my relationship with my husband is the biggest thing that's actually helped me, because our work together was, I just kept feeling your energy. All right, you were connecting in, I felt your energy, and I felt calm and I felt happy. And yeah, there's no one particular thing. I think it's just a general, it comes and goes so quick that I can't catch it now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and you really you touched on like using your discernment, right? It's like if someone is being rude to you, it doesn't mean that you have to take it, and nor does it mean that you have to lash out and like start something and demand an apology either. It's kind of like, that's your mess. That's your energy.
Exactly.
You can keep it there. It's not coming into my space, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And like, for instance, when I was away with my daughter, and it was just my daughter and myself, like she's 32, nearly 33, and she's been living on her own without us for like 8 years. So to go back and live with an adult child, that was great. And her expecting me to be like one of her friends, that my brain thinks a lot quicker, and there was a lot of things that she would say that would really upset me. And I would realize not to take it personally. Whereas before I would have been a mess. I would have lashed back at her and said whatever, but I just sat and I listened, and I'm thinking, okay, like this is coming from a place where she's frustrated with something else, and I'm the best punching bag that there is. Not that you have to take that, but just realize that something's going on in their world, and what's happening. Whereas before I would have just taken it. So anything anybody says about me, I would have taken so personally. Whereas now I can just say, no, it's okay. And so it's given me the room to actually, and the space to think, and to send love, right? To send love. I know I sound all airy-fairy, but it's true.
It's so true. It's so true, right? It's like that, when you, rather than being the punching bag, because I feel like in the past, you would have been the punching bag and really like been bruised and hurt and with the lashing out from whoever, but your daughter in this case. And now it's like, I feel like you've got this buoyancy, you've got this protection that you understand that she needs that punching bag, and you're consciously allowing her to release that energy without absorbing it, right? So it's like being able to rebound off of that as well.
Exactly. And then potentially destroying a relationship. And I don't want to do that. Exactly. So yeah, I want to, they're adults now, right? And I don't know how to raise, like I don't know how to be with an adult, if you know what I mean. They're my kids. But now they're adults, and that's really, really hard transition. So this work has helped me to actually, just see myself so different. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, Maria. I wonder if you feel comfortable sharing what is something that you're most proud of that has happened in the last 6 months.
Okay, cool. Together. Yeah. I am a palliative care biography writer. I think I have found my gift there. And I go into hospitals and I do people's stories, and it's just amazing. And then I was put in touch with a man in the US who has ALS, and I thought I was going to do his story, which was going to be 4 to 6 weeks. And he said, no, that's great, but I want a book. And then I write a little bit more and send him another thing. He goes, that's nice, but I want a book. And I realized this was a really big dream of his, because he wanted all his friends to, I said, okay, we'll do a PDF document. And he's like, no, I want all my friends to hold the book. And I'm like, wow, this is stretching me. And I've always wanted to be a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And I found my gift in writing someone else's story. So to write John's story and to be co-creator on that and to make his dream come true, it's been my greatest gift this year. And to get it published and to see his face, you know, smiling, and he's just such a beautiful man. So yeah, I think before our work together, I didn't see the value in what I do as much as I do now, and realize it is a gift to sit and witness somebody's story. So yeah, so now I'm a little published co-creating author, which is great.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
So exciting.
Yeah,
so exciting.
but more than that, I've been like I won't say fairy godmother, but a genie, made someone's wish come true. So and that's something that is very close to my heart. So yeah, cool.
I am so touched by it as well. Like, I've had family, really close family, 2 cousins under the age of 30 who died of cancer. And it's, you know, to have your story told and shared is a huge, huge thing.
Yeah,
so
beautiful gift
for doing that.
Yeah, and it's a gift to me. Thank you. It's a gift to me because I've learnt so much from him. I learnt so much. And also the other thing, it makes me grateful when I walk out of these places from speaking to people and hearing their stories. I realize, Maria, like, we've all got a story. We've all got a story. We're all connected in a story. Some might be a little bit harder than others, but we've all got some challenge we need to deal with. And so it's really important to have people like you to walk beside us, all right, on that journey, accept us where we're at, and say it's going to be okay. This is how we move out of it, and to teach us the skills and the tools of how to move through this stuff. It's really important because we're not taught.
Right.
We're not taught.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria, for spending this time. I have one last question. If you could recommend, who do you think would benefit most from being in the portal? What kind of person would benefit most, in your opinion?
I think anybody that lacks confidence in themselves. I think we all had that little level of not believing in ourselves. We all get pushed down by the world. I think if we have anxieties that we don't know where they're coming from, we can, so I would say, and anybody who hasn't got the confidence to step into their purpose, like if somebody knows they have a dream of what they want to do for a career or for a passion, but they say, why me? I can't do that. I think, and all round, I think it's really important work. And I think it's really important work. And we can do talk therapy, all very slow. All right, all very slow. We can do a little bit of both, but you're also that. All right, so you also do listen. You also do get down onto a deep level, but what you do is don't keep us there. Get us out of it really fast. So I think everyone should do it.
Thank you so much, Maria, for sharing your time, your experience, and your story. And I'm wishing you all the best moving forward, and I'm very much looking forward to the next writing piece that you complete for somebody. So
no worries. Thank you, Shami.
Thank you. I love you so much.
Love you too. And now you've made me realize it's okay to be seen, because before I would hide. All right, so now I'm seen by you. So,
yes.
thank you. Thank you, Shami.
Thank you so much. Mwah.
Thanks, Charmaine.